Welcome, everyone, to today's podcast, where we'll explore powerful meditation techniques for easing anxiety and enhancing mental well-being. I'm your host, Sarah.
And I'm Mark. We're diving deep into practices that can truly make a difference. Let's start with a technique that focuses on more than just sensations.
Exactly. Instead of just noticing a feeling, focus on its qualities. Think about the cool smoothness of a marble, the prickling warmth of sunlight, or the rough texture of a blanket. This sharpens mindful awareness, drawing attention away from anxious thoughts.
It's like turning up the resolution on your senses. Next, we have a grounding technique. Visualize deep roots growing down from your base chakra, anchoring you firmly to the earth. Feel the stability and security of this connection.
Imagine those roots drawing up strength from the earth, releasing any anxieties about the future or regrets about the past. As you visualize, repeat affirmations like, I am safe and I am grounded.
Simple but profound. Now, let's talk about breath awareness. Observe each inhalation and exhalation without judgment. When your mind wanders, gently redirect your attention back to your breath. It's your anchor in the present moment.
You can vary this by counting breaths or noticing the temperature of the air as it enters and leaves your body. It's all about staying present. The next technique involves self-compassion.
Acknowledge your suffering with kindness and understanding, as you would a dear friend. Use loving-kindness phrases directed at yourself, such as, may I be kind to myself, may I be free from suffering, may I be peaceful.
Treating yourself with the same compassion you'd offer others is key. Moving on, let's tackle self-criticism. Identify a specific area where you're holding on to.
Visualize releasing this negativity, perhaps by writing it on a leaf and letting it float down a stream. Practice self-forgiveness and self-acceptance. It's about letting go of the weight.
Absolutely. And remember, it's okay not to be perfect. Focus on accepting your strengths and weaknesses with compassion. Visualize accepting your imperfections as part of your unique and valuable self.
Embracing your whole self, flaws and all, is incredibly liberating. Finally, let's address social anxiety. Visualize yourself in a social situation that typically causes you anxiety.
Slowly and methodically, practice replacing anxious thoughts with calming and confident self-talk. Rehearse positive outcomes in your mind. Remember, practice makes progress.
These meditation techniques are powerful tools for managing anxiety and boosting mental well-being. Experiment with them and find what resonates with you.
Thanks for joining us today. Remember, consistent practice is key. We hope these techniques bring you peace and strength. Welcome, everyone, to today's session. We're going to explore how our breath and posture can be powerful tools for projecting calmness and confidence. Let's begin by finding a comfortable seated position, whether on a chair or the floor. Ensure your spine is straight but not stiff and your shoulders are relaxed.
Now, let's focus on our breath. We'll start with diaphragmatic breathing, also known as belly breathing. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your abdomen. As you inhale, focus on expanding your abdomen, feeling your hand rise. Your chest should move very little. Exhale slowly, feeling your abdomen fall.
Imagine yourself experiencing a panic attack. Your heart is racing, your breath is shallow, and your thoughts are spiraling. Now, let's use box breathing to regain control. Inhale deeply for a count of 4. Hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold again for 4. Repeat this cycle, grounding yourself with each breath.
As you breathe, repeat these calming affirmations. I am safe. I am strong. I am in control. Feel the grounding sensation of your feet on the floor, anchoring you to the present moment. Remember, this feeling is temporary, and you have the power to manage it.
Generalized anxiety often stems from worry and uncertainty. Let's practice letting go of the need to control the future. Close your eyes and visualize a calm, peaceful environment, a beach, a forest, or mountaintop. Feel the serenity of this place washing over you.
Accept that uncertainty is a part of life. Repeat to yourself, I accept the unknown. I trust in my ability to handle whatever comes my way. Find peace in the present moment, focusing on what you can control right now, and letting go of what you cannot.
Now, let's incorporate gentle movement. Begin with a few slow neck rolls, releasing any tension. Move into some gentle shoulder rotations, forward and backward. Notice how your body feels with each movement, connecting your breath to the sensation.
Combine these movements with mindful awareness. As you stretch, pay attention to the sensations in your muscles and joints. Coordinate your breath with the movements, inhaling as you expand and exhaling as you release. This blends physical activity with the calming effects of meditation.
Identify negative thought patterns associated with anxiety or depression. For example, you might think, I'm not good enough, or things will never get better. Now, let's challenge and reframe these thoughts.
Ask yourself, is this thought truly accurate?
Welcome to today's meditation, crafted to bring calm amidst the storm. We'll explore techniques to soothe anxiety and cultivate inner peace.
Remember, these practices are tools. If you're struggling, please reach out to a mental health professional. Your well-being is paramount.
Let's begin with the breath. As panic rises, the breath is our anchor. Close your eyes gently, if that feels comfortable.
Notice the rise and fall of your chest, your abdomen, the subtle dance of breath entering and leaving your body. There is no need to change anything, just observe.
Feel the temperature of the air as it enters your nostrils and as it leaves. The tiny pauses between breaths. Simply observe.
Now let's move to a body scan. Bring your awareness to your toes. What sensations are present? Tension? Tingling? Numbness?
Without judgment, simply acknowledge what you feel. Slowly move your attention up your body to your feet, your calves, your thighs.
Continue this journey, noticing tension in your shoulders, your jaw, your forehead. Gently encourage release, allowing the muscles to soften if they can. Acceptance, not force.
Next, let's address negative thought patterns. When a negative thought arises, acknowledge it. I'm having a thought that.
Now, challenge its validity. Is this thought based on fact or feeling? Is it helpful or harmful? Can you replace it with a more balanced and realistic thought?
For sleep preparation, let's use calming imagery. Imagine a peaceful beach. Hear the gentle lapping of waves. Feel the warm sand beneath you.
Visualize a sunset, painting the sky with vibrant colors. Feel your heart rate slowing, your muscles relaxing with each breath.
Now, a practice of self-compassion. Speak to yourself with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend.
Acknowledge any difficult feelings without judgment. It's okay to feel this way. I'm doing the best I can. Offer yourself understanding and empathy.
Finally, visualize your inner resource. A strong tree with deep roots. A mountain standing tall against the wind. What represents resilience and stability for you.
Feel its strength within you. Know that you possess this inner power to weather any storm. Focus on the feeling of groundedness, the connection to the earth beneath you.
Feel your feet on the floor, your body supported. You are safe. You are strong. You are resilient.
Continue to practice these meditations as needed. Remember to prioritize your well-being and seek professional help when required. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome to this mindfulness and grounding meditation. Today, we'll explore practices to help you navigate uncertainty with acceptance and cultivate inner peace.
Let's begin by finding a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. Gently close your eyes, or if that's not comfortable, simply soften your gaze.
Take a deep breath in, filling your lungs completely. And as you exhale, release any tension you may be holding in your body.
Now, let's practice acceptance of the present moment. Acknowledge that uncertainty is a part of life. Remind yourself that it's okay not to have all the answers.
Focus on what is within your control right now. Your breath, your thoughts, your actions. Let go of what you cannot control.
Now, let's turn our attention to our emotions. Observe any feelings that arise without judgment. Imagine your emotions as clouds passing in the sky. You don't need to hold on to them. Simply let them drift by.
If you find yourself getting caught up in a particular emotion, gently bring your attention back to your breath. The breath is your anchor.
Next, let's explore the practice of forgiveness. Think of someone you may be holding resentment towards, including yourself. Offer them compassion, understanding that everyone makes mistakes.
Release any anger or bitterness you may be holding on to. Replace it with compassion and self-compassion. Remember, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself.
Now, let's combine this with calming nature sounds. Imagine the gentle sound of rain, ocean waves, or bird song filling the space around you. Allow these sounds to evoke feelings of peace and tranquility.
Feel the weight of your body supported by the surface beneath you. Allow yourself to sink deeper into relaxation.
Reflect on things you are grateful for. Focus on the positive aspects of your life, no matter how small they may seem. Cultivate feelings of appreciation for the blessings you have.
Perhaps you're grateful for a loving relationship, a comfortable home, or simply the ability to breathe.
Now, let's focus solely on the natural rhythm of your breath. Inhale and exhale. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest or abdomen.
Let your breath be your pathway to stillness and inner peace. There's nothing else you need to do but breathe.
Finally, let's create a mental sanctuary, a place where you feel safe, calm, and protected. It could be a real place or an imagined one. Visualize every detail, from the colors to the sounds to the smells.
Revisit this sanctuary regularly during your meditation practice. It's a place you can always return to when you need to find peace and comfort.
As we conclude this meditation, please remember that this practice is not a replacement for professional treatment. If you're struggling with mental health challenges, please seek help from a qualified healthcare provider.
Remember to be kind to yourself and practice patience. Welcome to today's session, where we'll explore meditation techniques specifically designed to help navigate mental health challenges and find anxiety relief. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Sarah. We're going to guide you through several meditation topics that focus on cultivating self-compassion, acceptance, and resilience. Remember, these can be adapted to various meditation styles and experience levels, so feel free to adjust them to your own comfort.
Let's start with breath awareness. This is excellent for grounding during panic attacks or overwhelming anxiety. Find a comfortable position and simply focus on the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body.
Notice the rise and fall of your chest or belly, without judgment. If your mind wanders, gently guide it back to your breath. To enhance the calming effect, try introducing a mantra like inhaling peace, exhaling tension with each breath.
Next, we'll move into a body scan meditation. This practice systematically brings awareness to different parts of the body, noticing sensations without judgment. It helps identify physical manifestations of anxiety and gently releases tension.
As we move through the body, emphasize the feeling of safety and security. Start with your toes, noticing any sensations there, then gradually move up to your head. If you encounter tension, acknowledge it, breathe into it, and allow it to soften.
Our third technique is a cognitive behavioral approach, thought challenging. This involves identifying a recurring negative thought, gently challenging its validity, and replacing it with a more balanced or compassionate perspective.
For instance, if you often think, "I'm not good enough," ask yourself, is this thought 100% true? What evidence supports it? What evidence contradicts it? Then, replace it with a more compassionate thought, such as, "I'm doing the best I can, and that's enough."
Now, let's delve into self-compassion. This is a crucial skill for anyone struggling with mental health. Cultivate self-compassion by addressing inner criticism with kindness and understanding.
Imagine speaking to yourself as you would to a cherished friend experiencing similar difficulties. What would you say to them? Offer yourself the same words of comfort, understanding, and encouragement.
Finally, we'll practice detaching from thoughts. This technique helps develop the ability to observe thoughts and emotions without getting carried away by them.
Visualize your thoughts as clouds passing in the sky or leaves floating down a stream. Observe them without judgment, and let them pass. Remember,
Welcome, everyone, to today's session on mindful meditation. I'm your host, Sarah, and with me is our meditation expert, David. Today, we'll explore some powerful meditation techniques for mental wellness and anxiety relief.
hi, Sarah, and hello to our listeners. I'm thrilled to share some accessible yet profound meditation practices. We'll delve into ways to harness inner strength, accept the present moment, and appreciate life's simple joys, all vital for managing anxiety and fostering mental well-being.
Let's start with a technique particularly helpful for panic attacks and racing thoughts, breath awareness. David, can you guide us through this?
Certainly. Find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. Now, gently bring your attention to your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen. Feel the coolness as you inhale and the warmth as you exhale. Don't try to change your breath. Simply observe it. As thoughts arise, acknowledge them, but let them drift by like clouds, gently returning your focus to your breath each time.
That's beautifully simple, yet so effective. Next, let's move on to body scan meditation. How can this help alleviate anxiety?
Body scan meditation is wonderful for increasing body awareness and releasing tension. Start by bringing your awareness to your toes. Notice any sensations, without judgment. Slowly move your attention upwards through your feet, ankles, calves, thighs, and so on, all the way to the top of your head. If you encounter any areas of tension, simply acknowledge them and breathe into them, allowing them to soften.
So, these are more beginner-friendly techniques. What about building inner strength and acceptance? How do we tackle those?
For building inner strength, try visualizing a personal source of strength. It could be an image, a memory, or a quality you admire. When stress or vulnerability arises, draw upon its energy. And for acceptance, explore the paradox of accepting the present moment, even if it's uncomfortable. Recognize that trying to control everything often increases anxiety. Letting go a little can bring immense relief.
That's powerful advice. Finally, what about appreciating the simple joys in life, especially during difficult times?
Actively focus on the positive aspects of your life, no matter how small. This cultivates a sense of perspective and shifts your focus away from negativity. It could be the warmth of the sun, a kind word from a friend, or the taste of your favorite beverage. Savor these moments and allow them to uplift you.
David, these are fantastic tools for anyone seeking mental wellness and anxiety relief. Thank you for sharing your expertise with us.
My pleasure, Sarah. Remember, meditation is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself and celebrate every...
Welcome, everyone, to today's episode where we'll explore mindfulness techniques tailored for managing anxiety and promoting emotional regulation. I'm your host, Sarah.
And I'm Mark, excited to delve into these practices with you. Let's start with a technique perfect for somatic anxiety and tension headaches. Paying attention to your body.
Exactly. Notice any sensations, tingling, warmth, tension, without judgment. Simply acknowledge and release. It's about observing, not fixing.
Next up, for those struggling with dissociation or depersonalization, let's engage the senses. Name 5 things you see,
4 things you can touch, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, and 1 thing you taste. This anchors you firmly in the present moment.
It's like hitting a reset button, bringing you back to reality.
Absolutely. Now, let's move on to cultivating compassion. This one is incredibly effective for self-esteem issues and depression.
Extend feelings of loving kindness, first towards yourself, then towards loved ones, then towards neutral individuals, and finally towards difficult people. It's a powerful exercise in empathy and acceptance.
Next, let's incorporate movement. This helps tremendously with anxiety and restlessness. Combine gentle movement like stretching or walking with focused breathing.
Notice the sensations in your body as you move, allowing tension to release with each exhale. It's a dynamic way to release pent-up energy.
And for emotional dysregulation and PTSD, try allowing yourself to experience difficult emotions without trying to suppress or analyze them.
Observe them like passing weather patterns, noticing their intensity and then their gradual shift. Remember, they are temporary.
Now, let's tackle negative thought patterns, especially helpful for those with obsessive-compulsive disorder or rumination. Notice your thoughts as mental events rather than facts.
Visualize them floating by on a river or writing them on a cloud that drifts away. This reduces the power of those negative thoughts, creating distance and perspective.
Another technique is to acknowledge and accept difficult thoughts and feelings without resistance. This is crucial for anxiety and accepting chronic illness.
Recognize that they are part of your experience, but they do not define you. Acceptance allows you to move forward.
Finally, let's promote self-awareness. Explore your inner experience with curiosity and compassion.
Ask yourself questions like, what am I feeling right now? And what needs to be addressed? This fosters...
Welcome everyone to today's podcast on using meditation for mental illness and anxiety relief. I'm your host, Sarah.
And I'm Mark, joining you to explore how meditation can be a powerful tool, especially for those dealing with complex trauma and personality disorders. Remember, guided meditations are super helpful when you're starting out. There are so many apps and websites offering specific meditations for anxiety and depression.
Exactly, Mark. And regular practice is key, even if it's just for short periods. Let's dive into some specific techniques.
First up, let's talk about breath awareness. Focus on the physical sensation of each inhale and exhale, noticing the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen. You can even visualize roots growing down from your body, anchoring you to the earth. This is ideal for panic attacks and overwhelming anxiety.
I love that one. Another great technique is the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding exercise. Bring awareness to your 5 senses individually. Name 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, and 1 thing you taste. It really helps shift focus from internal anxieties to external reality.
That's so practical. Then there's the body scan meditation. Systematically bring awareness to different parts of your body, noticing any sensations without judgment. Notice tension, warmth, or coolness. This promotes body awareness and can really help release physical manifestations of stress.
And for releasing physical tension, try progressive muscle relaxation. Tense and release different muscle groups sequentially, starting with your toes and working up to your head. It's amazing how much physical tension is linked to anxiety.
Absolutely. Finally, let's not forget about mindful thought observation. Simply notice thoughts as they arise, without judgment. Don't try to suppress them. Just observe them and let them pass.
It's so important to remember that meditation is a helpful tool, but it's not a replacement for professional help. Consult a therapist or psychiatrist if you're struggling with mental illness.
That's right, Sarah. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. It's okay if your mind wanders during meditation. Gently guide it back to your chosen focus. These topics are adaptable and can be personalized based on your individual needs and preferences. Remember to create a safe and comfortable space for your practice.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope these meditation techniques bring you some peace and relief.
Until next time, take care and be well.
Welcome everyone to today's episode on cultivating inner peace. We'll explore practices to manage racing thoughts, foster self-compassion, and navigate life's challenges with more ease.
That's right. We'll be diving into techniques you can use anytime, anywhere, to center yourself and develop a more resilient mindset. Let's begin with managing those pesky racing thoughts.
Exactly. Imagine your thoughts as clouds drifting across the sky. Observe their form, their movement, but don't cling to them. Let them pass without judgment.
It's about acknowledging the thought is there, observing it, and then gently letting it go. This is especially useful when you're stuck in cycles of rumination.
Now, let's shift our focus to cultivating compassion. Start by extending feelings of kindness towards yourself. So often, we are our own harshest critics.
Yes, and it's crucial to remember that we all make mistakes. Extend that same compassion outward to loved ones, neutral people, even those you find difficult. Finally, extend it to all beings.
This practice reduces self-criticism and fosters a deep sense of connection and empathy. Next, we'll explore emotional regulation.
Notice emotions as they arise, acknowledging their presence without getting swept away. Observe the intensity, where you feel it in your body, and the specific quality of the emotion.
The key is to observe without judgment. This distance allows you to respond to your emotions rather than react to them, building emotional regulation skills.
And now, let's acknowledge a fundamental truth. Life is inherently imperfect. Struggles are a normal part of the human experience.
Practice self-acceptance and non-judgmental observation of your thoughts and feelings. We all experience setbacks and challenges. It's part of being human.
Visualizations can also be incredibly powerful. Create a peaceful and calming place in your mind where you feel safe and protected. Really engage all your senses.
What do you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel in this place? Make it as vivid and immersive as possible. This provides a mental refuge during stressful times.
Another helpful visualization is to imagine a compassionate figure offering you kindness and support. This could be a spiritual guide, a loved one, or even an imagined being.
Allow yourself to receive this support and nurture your inner child. This strengthens self-compassion and reduces self-criticism, reminding you that you are worthy of love and care.
Affirmations are also a great tool. Repeat positive affirmations related to...
Hello, and welcome to today's podcast, where we'll be discussing practical techniques to support mental well-being. I'm your host, Sarah.
And I'm Mark. We're going to explore trauma-informed breathwork, acceptance of intrusive thoughts, and mindful mood monitoring. Important disclaimer, these are supportive techniques, and if you're dealing with serious mental health issues, please use them alongside professional therapy and prescribed medication.
Absolutely, Mark. It's about building a toolkit, not replacing expert care. Let's start with trauma-informed breathwork. What exactly does that entail?
It's gentle breathwork designed to facilitate somatic release and regulated breathing. The key here is gentle. Traditional breathwork can sometimes be overwhelming, especially for those with trauma histories. Trauma-informed breathwork is about creating safety and control within the body.
So, how might someone practice this?
Focus on long, slow exhales. A longer exhale activates the parasympathetic nervous system, promoting relaxation. You can try breathing in for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 6, paying close attention to how your body feels. It is highly recommended to be guided by a trained professional in the field.
That makes sense. What about when unwanted thoughts arise?
That brings us to accepting intrusive thoughts. These thoughts pop into our heads, often uninvited and upsetting. The usual reaction is to fight them, analyze them, or engage in compulsions to get rid of them.
Which, ironically, can make them worse, right?
Exactly. Acceptance involves acknowledging the thought without judgment. See it as just a thought, not a reflection of your character or intentions. Imagine it like a leaf floating down a stream. Observe it and let it pass.
That sounds like a powerful shift in perspective. What's the final tool we're exploring today?
Mindful mood monitoring. This is about becoming aware of your mood shifts without getting carried away by them. It's like weather forecasting for your emotional state.
How we do that?
Throughout the day, check in with yourself. Ask, how am I feeling right now? Notice any physical sensations, thoughts, or behaviors associated with that mood. The goal is to recognize early warning signs of mood shifts so you can take proactive steps, such as engaging in self-care or seeking support. Again, this is crucial to do under the guidance of a professional.
So, it's about building awareness and taking action. What's the key takeaway for our listeners today, Mark?
These techniques, trauma-informed breathwork, accepting intrusive thoughts, and mindful mood monitoring, are valuable tools for supporting mental well-being. Remember, they're most effective when used in conjunction with professional support for more serious mental health concerns. They are tools to support recovery, not replace professional help.